What's going on, guys? Vulkan here, and today Biomutant dropped another sneak peek at some of the different pieces of gear, weapons, and ways you can build your character in this game. Now, this is out on their Twitter, just like yesterday's video. We're going to roll through these different kind of revealed gear sets and break down what we're seeing here. And just like last time, I'm zoomed in, so hope you guys can see everything. Also, Dogecoin to the moon. Let's go. Make sure you buy some. Okay, so starting out of the gate, we just got like a straight commando here. He has his flak jacket. He's got his little kind of belt of pockets here, his bandana, another eye patch. This seems to be a really popular thing. And you can tell he kind of has the same resistance build as our last Biomutant. And then we have what looks to be a little kind of cat scorpion automaton looking guy here. So here's a question. This is obviously built like a commando. I'm curious if we're going to have kind of similar views depending on what direction you go. So if you go commando, are the commando pieces of armor and things like that will kind of buff that class or playstyle, will those all look similar? So by the end of the day, all the commandos look like actual commandos, and all the ninjas will look like the SABs or covert ops, things like that. I'm not entirely sure, but that's something that I've kind of noticed as we've gone through some of these reveals. So let's go ahead and keep turning our character around here. And we got this just nice looking jetpack right here on the back. I mean, we got the triple thruster here. We're blasting off to the moon. And this looks just like a repurposed lawnmower engine or something. So that's one thing I love about this game is everything just looks so cobbled together. All right, so that is the commando. I'm gonna go ahead and restart it. We can get one clean look before we go to the next one. All right, so our next guy here is kind of this like Adidas sweatsuit wearing, gas mask having sort of biomutant. He's got this weapon here on the back, which we'll look at here in a second. And his automaton is like this grasshopper with a little wheel action going on back here. Let's go ahead and turn this thing around. So it looks like his weapon is like this nail file or a plasticky handle that goes into these double hooks here. Once again, I mean, just doesn't really look like anything out of the ordinary. He basically just looks like a dude wearing a sweatsuit that has this like murder weapon. So let's go ahead and let him rotate. And again, let's go ahead and see one more time. Sorry, the video they uploaded got blurry. So see, blurs right there. But now these gas masks are going to be important as we go through and explore the world of Biomutant. So this is one, yes, it's cosmetic, but two, this also has a function. So as you go into certain areas, like radioactive areas, having this gas mask is going to help you get further in those areas. And same thing probably with biohazard. I would imagine burning will probably be something different, maybe like one of those suits they wear out of the volcanoes. You know, there's going to be something that's going to help you get further in those zones and help you kind of resist those hazards. But don't just think that this gas mask is a gas mask because they chose it. It also has a functionality. So let's go ahead and let this one play through, and let's go ahead and roll to the next one. Okay, so the next one we have here, again, this is kind of like that first one we saw yesterday, right? The big sort of mask or big head that doesn't really take itself seriously. We got this little kind of bear-looking guy here. He has this faucet handle here for like a garden hose, and he's wearing a little jacket action with these brown pants. So let's go ahead and let this kind of turn here, and we look at this big, just massive Warhammer this dude put together. Now it's glowing purple. Most likely it's imbued with some sort of radioactive perk or attribute, so it'll probably deal radioactive damage. And a little bit of clipping here, but up here we got our point on the end of this. Now the cool thing is, I love, once again, this really kind of breaks into the crafting of Biomutant. I love how everything is just kind of cobbled together. You know, these little pieces here just kind of welded on to this sort of like ball thing that this guy found. It looks like a harpoon that this thing got welded onto. So you have this kind of nasty looking weapon that you threw together. Now I'm curious on what rarity this is. We learned that ultimate is the top tier rarity. That's rarity 100. So I'm curious if this is ultimate or if this is something like grand, which is around that 60 mark or 80 mark rather, or if it's spectacular. So that's going to be something we'll have to break down as we get into the game, but for now we can just kind of guess. But you can see the back of his head here, so this is a little mask. All right, I'm going to let this all play through one last time while we kind of wrap up. Okay, so far we saw the Commando here, we saw the kind of sweatsuit having Biomutant, and then we saw the last one with the jacket, the brown pants, and the Warhammer. Yesterday we saw the big-headed kind of happy face, looked like kind of like a rocket cap type of deal, with the kind of spiked base. We saw the hardcore ninja, we saw the disciple. So right now we have so much variety in this game in terms of weaponry, in terms of armor. So I'm really curious to see what they're going to come out with next. But that kind of wraps this up for now. This is everything they've revealed. Now, the past 2 days, they've revealed 3 new kind of biomutants they've created. So I'm very curious to see what they're going to release tomorrow and going forward up until launch day. I think we're going to see a big ramp up in their marketing efforts. So gear up, guys, because we're going to be seeing a ton of new content coming very, very soon. But as always, if you guys like the Biomutant content, please make sure to like and subscribe. And thank you so much for the support. Thank you guys for watching. This has been Vulkan, and I'll talk to you guys next time.